What is up, guys? On behalf of the flight crew and Jetblue Airways, I'd like to welcome you guys all back to another banger. As you guys can see, here we are outside of the Airbus A321-200CEO variant with the IAE V2500 engines with shark-lip winglet. And believe it or not, this is actually MSFS 2024. As you can see, we got GSX and the what's it called, add-on airport by any builds to work. So this is going to be one heck of a flight, man. It's going to be super realistic. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the flight deck. Alrighty, guys, so as you can see here, we are on board the Jetblue A321-200CEO with dual what's it called, cabin configuration, first class and economy. But let's go ahead and jump to our flight deck. So electrical power obstacles just over idle, engine masters off, engine mode normal, flaps up, spoiler stowed, TCAS standby, weather radar off, predictive motor detection system off, gears down, exterior lights, wipers, fire ditches. Alrighty. Electrical power obstacles complete. Batteries, external power, cockpit recorder, CVR test. Alright, no smoking on, emergency exit lights armed, inertial reference system 1 nav, wait for it on battery light, inertial reference system 2 once it disappears, set to nav, inertial reference number 3 nav, on wait for it on battery light check. Right. Oh, whoa. Why is our aircraft in Q&A? We're clearly in American airspace, but whatever. Alrighty, METAR here at JFK International Airport. Oh. Okay, there's the master, there's the annunciator test. There we go. Alright. Let's go and set up our altimeter or baro altimeter. So KJFK. The altimeter here at the moment is currently 30.44, which is pretty high. Never seen that. Well, I've seen 30.68, so I guess it's not that high. It's kind of just 24 points away. Well, 0.44. I mean, sorry, 20 points away. So let's go ahead and pull up our initialization request page. Flight number JVU1683. Let's go ahead and take a look at our OFP here, since we do indeed have right here. Pilot briefing. So cost index 23. Do you have step climbs? No step climbs. Climb up to flight level 260 after departure. Clear. Departure. KJFK. Departure runway is set to be. Ah, here it is. Routing. Okay, 04 left. Direct wavy. 04 left. No SIDS. Clear our data discontinuity. With our arrival being 35 right. Arrival into Orlando International Airport is going to be 35 right, ILS of course, with our approach star being Sniffield 3. Sniffield. Transition has already been inserted by our uplink, so no need to repeat that process. Delete discontinuity, insert, keep looking. Clear. Alright, estimated ground distance is 892 nautical miles with our summary reading ground 910. Wow. We saved 70 nautical miles. I think we deserve a raise, I'm not gonna lie. We saved 6 minutes. Alrighty. Let's go from a fire test. APU fire Master warning, ECAM MO, check. AP fire test complete, engine 2 fire test. Master warning, ECAM MO, engine master, check. Engine 1 fire test. Master warning, ECAM MO, engine master fire, check. Cargo smoke test. Master warning, ECAM MO, check. Alright, cargo smoke test complete. It looks like the aircraft still hasn't realized that we don't want it to do that anymore. That's okay, I can keep beeping as long as it would like. Oh wow, the aircraft is cold, man. Wow. Let's go and heat it up. Condition page, AP master on. Count 2, 1, 2. Starter. APU bleed on. Condition knobs. Well, the cockpit's pretty warm, 71 degrees Fahrenheit. So APU fuel pump on. Alright, let's go perform an annunciator test in the meantime. So, annunciator test. Alrighty. Overhead panel annunciators. Check. Operational. FCDU annunciators. Check. Main panels such as gears, ATB, terrain navigation display. Annunciators check. Pedestal annunciators check as well. Alright, annunciator test complete. Alright, APU page, or APU verified stabilized, nav on. Bleeds coming up. Alright, nav set to the 2 position, so that means we're going to be using logo and nav lights. So crew oxygen supply on. Alright, doors page, 1800 psi check. Alright, let's go ahead and perform an oxygen quantity test. Alright, so 1800 psi check, so that's within our flight limits or flight limitations. Alright, nice. Once our undershore system aligns, we're going to go ahead and perform a EGPWS test. For those who don't know what an EGPWS test is, it's basically whenever you test your ground proximity warning system. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and wait for our aircraft to reach a temperature of like 68 or 62 degrees Fahrenheit so we can go ahead and begin boarding. Because our estimated departure time here is said to be, oh wow, yeah, 2010. We only have, 23 minutes left, unfortunately. So, hope our aircraft can speed this up. Alright guys, I'll see you once our aircraft warms up.
Terrain. Pull up. Don't sink. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain. Glide slope.
Alright, so you guys see our aircraft has just now successfully performed a EGPWS test, so let's go autoline test. Monitor air conditioning temperature, AP bleed on. Yeah, it's because at the same time you don't want your aircraft to become too hot, so that's why I turned it off, because it was like heating up too rapidly. But we can actually start boarding right now if we wanted to, because boarding doesn't take like 10 seconds. So not only can you board and heat up the aircraft. So, okay, wow, that is just too hot for our design. So, set it into green position, which is idle. Alrighty, let's go ahead and request boarding. Cabin crew may begin boarding at your discretion. Alright. Hold on, I heard that they started boarding the aircraft. Let me go check. Let's go ahead and greet the passengers. Welcome on board. Good afternoon and welcome on board JetBlue Airlines Flight 1683. Wow, that's cool. Alright guys. Good afternoon and welcome on board JetBlue Airlines Flight 1683. Alright, let's go ahead and jump back into the flight deck. Okay. Today, how much fuel? Okay. Refuel G message check. Alright guys, I'll see you once we complete our boarding process and refueling process. So as you guys can see, we just now received a company message, which is probably going to be from JetBlue's load sheet. So AOC menu. Let's go ahead and look at our received messages. Yep, load sheet 1949. is this: JFK to Orlando. 0 fuel weight for today's flight is estimated to be 151.0. So 151.0. With our center of gravity being 0 fuel weight, center of gravity is said to be 25.7. Block fuel for today's flight is said to be 21.8. Alright, 21.8. Takeoff weight, there we go. Nice. Let's go ahead and perform takeoff. Let's go and calculate our takeoff data. Well, takeoff performance, I guess. So, departure performance page. Zinc load sheet 172.2. So we're 200 pounds heavier. 172.4. There we go. Zinc live weather. Don't know why it wants to measure in hectopascals since we're in America, but whatever. No need to randomize for today's departure, so flaps optimum, since it doesn't matter with me, go ahead and calculate. Alrighty, send this data to our MCDU. Flaps 2, trim 0.6, flex 1054. Thrust reduction altitude above sea level is going to be 1520 with 161. Nice. 161 for V1, 166 for V-rotate, 54. Yep, looking good. Alrighty guys, I'll see you once we complete our boarding process. Alrighty, so you can see we've just now completed our boarding process and refueling process. Since the refueling message no longer is on our ECAM, meaning that we go ahead and disconnect the external power. Therefore, our cabin crew. Cabin crew, please be positioned for pushback and engine start. Alright. So, before engine start goes, fuel pumps check, hydraulics, electrical, air conditioning, bleed. Alright, V speeds check, fuel quantity verified, transponder idle. Alrighty. I'll see you guys once we complete our. Once we begin our pushback. Once we receive our departure check completed, a message from ground crew, we're going to go and turn our beacon light on. Bypass pin. Going to have to. Acknowledged. Alright, and as you guys can see today, we're not going to be using a tow bar. We're just going to be, this pushback tug is meant to pick up your aircraft. Alright, here comes the pushback tug. Beacon light on. Wait for them to notify us and tell us to release parking brake. Oh, gears being lifted. Look at our AOA, our artificial horizon rising. Right. Today we're going to be pushing back nose to left, tail right. Cockpit to ground, parking brake released. I'll acknowledge. Alright. So, engine start checklists. Just have our idle, beacon, check, bleed. Signs, cabin status, secure, cabin crew status, notify. Alright, clear left, check. First officer is announced clear right, so engine mode set to lower ECAM set to engine page, and engine mode set to ignition slash start. Ignition slash start, check. Alright, oil quantity and bleed pressure check. Alright, engine 2 set to on. Alright, parking brake engage. We'll go ahead and notify them once we have good engine starts. N2 is rising at the moment. Man, IAE V2500 engines take forever to start up. Alright, engine 2 status stabilized. Oil quantity, left engine, bleed pressure check. Engine 1 on. Spoilers armed. Auto brake max. TCAS, TRA. What are 1. Predictive winter detection system auto. Hydraulics 3 green check. Flexibles page. Flexibles green. Okay, let's go. Flaps 2. Trim 0.6 positive. So trim 0.6 up. Let's go ahead and perform a flexible check. So right aileron, check idle. Left aileron, check idle. Elevator up, check idle. Elevator down, check idle. Right rudder, check idle. Left rudder, check idle. Flexible check complete. Alright, engine 1 status stabilized. Engine mode normal. AP master off. AP bleed off. Alright, let's go ahead and notify ground. Alrighty, our nose is currently being lowered since we've completed pushback. What is it? Guys, have you guys seen that aircraft? Oh my god. MSFS 2024 doing MSFS 20. Wait for our nose wheel steering disc to become available, and once ground crew announces clear both sides. There goes pushback tug. Alright, anti-ice check, air conditioning, electrical, fuel pumps. Alright, waits for it. Alright, let's go ahead and perform a takeoff configuration test. Alright, wait for our cabin crew to notify us. Alright, here goes our pushback tug. This was the gate we were at actually. Delta T3. Alrighty. Parking brake off. Alright, we can go ahead and commence taxi. Nose lights set to taxi. Alright. Ground equipment verify and remove, anti-ice set. Alright. We can go ahead and continue our taxi. Alright guys, I'll see you once we line up on runway 04 left. Alright, let's go ahead and notify our cabin crew of our departure. Cabin crew, please be positioned for departure, or please be seated. Depending on whatever you decide to say. But I just like to say, please be seated for departure. Or takeoff, you know, like you could say for takeoff, or please be positioned for departure, please be positioned for takeoff, please be seated. Either way they all work. They're just meant to give the cabin crew some sort of way of knowing that, you know, the aircraft's about to like depart. So takeoff checklist. ECAM check no blue. Exterior lights have been set, such as strobe and wing. Landing lights can turn on once we enter our runway. ECAM ECAM check, no blue, auto brake max, V speeds, nice. Navigational display range, yep. All that fancy stuff has been set. Flight time for today's flight set to be 2 hours and 50 minutes, which is not that bad. Especially if we get there early, a little bit early, like 2 minutes before estimated arrival time. Alrighty, today we're going to be turning on to Kilo 2. Kilo 2, Kilo 2, Kilo 2. Alright, Kilo 2 is right here. So, turn left here. Because we're not going to need the whole runway for this departure. Alright, runway, verify clear on approach. Alrighty, so, landing on. Nose takeoff, anti-ice set, signs check. Runway, verify clear of obstacles such as debris and ground objects. Or ground personnel or other traffic such as aircraft. Yep, check. Today we're going to be performing a turn and burn departure for the 201 reading, so. Exterior lights check set. ECAM check no blue, alright. Before takeoff checklist complete. Title after takeoff is going to be climb since this is an Airbus, so let's go and get this on the road. Do you have to stabilize? Takeoff thrust set, SRS, runway, auto thrust blue, airspeed live. Listen to that juicy IAEV 2500 engine though. Wow, okay. 8 knots, check, relieve pressure. V1 rotate. Watch out for a tail strike here. Positive climb, gears up, nav. Go ahead and follow our flight directives up to flight level 040 or 4,000 feet. 4,000, not 40,000. And at 1,500 feet, once our climb message gets highlighted in green instead of SRS, we're going to go ahead and reduce our thrust levers to the climb position. Alright, thrust levers set to climb. Alright, go ahead and keep following those directors. And at 198 knots, we're going to go and clean up our flaps. There's 191 knots. $195. Alright, 196. Flap 0. Spoiler stowed. Alright, climb checklist. Thrust lever. Climb. Gears up. Spoiler stowed. Flap 0. Alrighty, so as you guys can see, we've just now successfully reached flight level 040 or leaving. Now go ahead and engage autopilot 1 since I'm pilot flying. Since the right captain is flying or right pilot, you would use autopilot 2, but since I'm pilot flying, it's going to be autopilot 1, the left hand. Alrighty guys, I'll see you on flight 100 or 2,000 feet once we power off our landing lights. Alrighty guys, see you then. Alrighty, so you guys can see we just now surpassed flight level 100 or 2,000 feet. Now we can go ahead, come up here and retract our landing lights to reduce the amount of drag our aircraft is creating. If you were to leave it in the off position, you would still have the same amount of drag, just they wouldn't be emitting light or any sort of like some sort of light, you know what I mean? But if you put them into the retract position, not only are you turning them off, but you're also helping your aircraft become more aerodynamically efficient. by reducing the amount of drag you create. They're basically like spoilers, but less effective. Alright guys, I'll see you at flight level 180 or 80,000 feet once we power off. Once we transition from Q&H to standard setting. Well, standard altimeters. Alright guys, see you then. Alrighty, so you can see we've just now surpassed our transition flight level or transition altitude. We need to go ahead and transition over to standard altimeter setting. Alright, standard check on primary, standard check on center. And as you guys can see, unfortunately for today's flight, we are going to be cruising with slight crosswind, but I guess we can consider it tailwind, but at the same time it's crosswind. Crosswind kind of creates a turbulent feeling mid-flight, so I'm probably not going to turn the fast seatbelt sign off that much. But other than that, I'll see you guys at flight level 340 or 30,000 feet, which is going to be our cruising altitude for today's flight. Alrighty guys, see you then. Alrighty, so you guys can see we've just now successfully leveled off on flight level 360 or 36,000 feet. So, altitude cruise message check, Mach number check. Mach message check. Mach number at the moment is currently 0.78. Stable path of flight verified. Primary flight display and heading level. Alright, great. Go ahead and turn off our fastest seatbelt sign. Go ahead, don't worry. Cabin crew may begin serving catering at your discretion. Alrighty guys, I'll see you once we reach our top of the descent, which is, hold on, let's go and take a look at our top of the descent page. Yeah, 534 nautical miles away. That means I'll see you guys in around an hour, so see you then. Alrighty, so as you guys can see, we've just now received the enter destination data message on our MCDU, meaning that we can go ahead and begin entering arrival data. Next phase on our first officers. So, QNH at Orlando International Airport at the moment is currently, let's go and take a look at the Ventura report. Alright, 30.08. Pretty average. 30.08. Temperature is currently 22 degrees Celsius, so no need for anti-ice. Winds are 80 degrees, 10 knots, crosswind. 80 degrees at 10 knots. Bare minimums for today's flight said to be on our charts. Where? Here, okay. 290. So, 290 for barrel, which is 200 feet above ground level. Today we're going to be landing with outer brake low since we're going to want to make a late exit and spoilers on. We're currently how far away? Top of the descent, 29 nautical miles away. Alright, so we still have around 4 minutes. Yep, exactly 4 minutes to begin our descent. Alrighty guys, I'll see you in 4 minutes or less. Alrighty, so guys, just now reached the top of the descent. And also, what a beautiful day to fly to. Wow, look at this sunset. This right here could be the thumbnail, but I'm not sure. Should this be the thumbnail? Tell me what you guys think. What's better, this or the thumbnail that I already made? Let me know in the comments below. Yep, there's the ground. There's the land right there. Alright guys, I'll see you at flight level 180 or 80,000 feet once we make our transition over to QP. Alrighty, so as you guys can see, we've just now hit below flight level 180 or 80,000 feet, meaning that we go ahead and transition over to Q&H. 30.08. Check on primary, check on standby. Alright. Alright guys, I'll see you at flight level 100 or 2,000 feet once we dip below our transition altitude. Well, not transition altitude, but landing line altitude. That's my bad. I'll see you guys once we dip below. But let's go ahead and bring our cabin time. So our cabin crew can know we're about to land. And the actually turned off since the hat's above 20 degrees Celsius. Alright guys, see you at flight level 100 or 2,000 feet. Alrighty, so as you guys see, we've just now dipped below flight level 100 or 2,000 feet, meaning that we can go ahead and power on our landing line. Alrighty, bring our cabin chime, GWS settings check. Alrighty guys, I'll see you once we begin our approach, or once we bring in our flaps. Or just once we intercept our localized quantities. Alrighty guys, see you then. Alrighty, speed checked. So that's phase 1. Localizer mode armed. Aircraft needs some help with our spoilers, which is okay. I'll help out. Already localizer has been intercepted. Display data. He's gonna go ahead and fly heading to aircraft. Still hasn't reached our constraint. Alright, flaps 2. Approach mode armed. Alright, localizer. Glide slope check. Yeah, Airbus jets just don't like to decelerate. I don't know why, but that's just how Airbus is sometimes. Not just sometimes, most of the times actually. Winner 68 knots to go ahead and stow away our spoilers. Well, arm them. Just because I don't want to end up having an aircraft that's about to stall, you know what I mean?
2,500.
There's our radial tuner, missed approach altitude set, minimum. Good, good. Alright, let's go into power gears. Exterior lights, anti-ice. Speed checked, gears come down. As you guys can see, we're approaching 1,200 feet above ground level. Alright, we did blow 1,200 feet above ground level. We can go ahead and go. My controls. Approach status stabilized. 2 red, 2 white. Runway verified clear of obstacles, such as debris, ground personnel, and traffic. Very gusty out here.
500. 400.
Land.
300. 100 above.
Check.
$200. Minimum.
Continue. For numbers.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. Drive.
Spoilers. It's VD said, reverse wing. Rollout message check. Aeronauts check. Aeronauts check. Six knots. Reverser stowed. My brakes. Go ahead and turn left onto Juliet. Alright, vacate on Juliet. Alright, once we exit, we can go ahead and begin cleaning up our aircraft. Alright, so I'm going to turn off on. strobe off, wing off, nose taxi, runway turn off. Chrono can be paused. Instrumental landing data off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to Orlando International Airport. That was a bit of a, I guess, okay landing, acceptable. Just we were a little bit off to the left. I meant right, sorry. We were like, I think 6 feet off to the right, but that's not that bad. But you kind of were dealing with 16 knots for the crosswind. And the new flight simulators, what's it called, flight model has been made. Well, I think last time I heard, I think it was like 10% harder or something, or 10% more realistic, so not that bad of a landing. TCAS, standby, water radar off, predictive wind shear detection system off. Alright guys, if you can stay up for now since we still got quite some time left of taxiing, and I'll see you guys once we pull into our ramp. Alrighty, so as you guys can see, here's our ramp. Nose taxi light off. Alright, continue straight. Park brake. Alrighty. APU verify stabilized, engine 2, engine 1. APU bleed on. Fuel pumps. Beacon light off. Cabin crew, all doors are in park. Alrighty. So, cargo is open. Flight deck door, unlock, open it. Alrighty. Alrighty guys, I'll see you once we complete our deboarding process. Alrighty, since we completed our deboarding process, we can now go ahead and prepare our aircraft to go to bed. Well, for sleep. Alright, time for aircraft to sleep. So, chrono reset, elapsed time, watch reset. Inertial reference system 3 off, inertial reference system 2 off. Inertial system 1 off. External power connected. AP master off. AP bleed off. No smoking. Emergency exit off. Crew oxygen supply off. Fuel pumps. Air conditioning knob set to idle. Nav off. Alrighty. Well guys, what can I say other than that was a pretty fun flight. Especially since we didn't even float that much. Well, we kind of float. Well, I don't know. What do you guys think about that landing? Let me know in the comments. Alrighty, it's time to put this aircraft to sleep. So, dome off. Battery 2, external power disconnect. Well, we're gonna wait for the APU to power down before we can turn off our battery. Alrighty. All of our knobs are in the idle position. Nice. Well, this Airbus played its role. Yep. There goes the APU. This is how a cold and dark Airbus aircraft looks, guys. For those who are wondering. Alright, battery went off. There we go. Well guys, what can I say other than that was a pretty fun flight. We got to, well, we'll land in a crosswind. And what else? No stutters too, considering the fact that it's any build, of course. Any builds KJFK, we were getting like 160 FPS, so that's pretty good. Well guys, what can I say other than good night, thanks for tuning in, peace out, and stay safe y'all.